Listen, you do not have to love Trump, but if you care about your money, you should be watching what he's doing right now. Because the dude is introducing like new ideas, new concepts, adopting systems, breaking systems, abandoning systems. This is getting really funky, but I think it's kind of exciting. So let's call it America 2.0 or just a much needed shakeup, because Trump is trying to change how money works in this country. And guess what? Some of it is actually already working. Take tariffs, for example. $200 billion this year, which is more than we've ever brought in before. Even CNN, they are so critical, and they had to admit, yeah, it's actually bringing in real money. And while experts were predicting another spike with inflation this summer, guess what? It didn't happen. Prices only went up by like 0.3% on the consumer price index in June, which is way lower than what they actually thought was going to happen. Now that means that the economy is staying super stable while we're actually seeing all these major dramatic moves. So here's my question. Do you think Trump's doing a good job? I want you to drop your comments below at the end of this video. I want to know what you like of these 10 things and what you hate. And by the way, please like and subscribe and share this video with someone that needs to be introduced to this life-changing content. And now let's break down 10 things that Trump is doing right now to alter the economy. I'm going to start with number one. Let's talk tariffs, because it is definitely fueling U.S. reshoring, meaning bringing things, manufacturing that we were going overseas for, and now bringing it back home to America. It might be a little early to kind of throw a party over this one, but Trump's tariff strategy actually seems to be working. Like, you got big companies like Apple that everyone knows, right? They're making deals with American suppliers instead of relying on China. You also have giants like Mattel and Hasbro in like the giant gaming space for kids. They're moving their production back to North America. And get this, even the European Union, who most expected would never do some type of Trump deal on tariffs, they just did. Like them or not, Trump is actually getting people to the table and they're negotiating, and it's benefiting you and me. Number two, let's talk about Trump's big, beautiful bill. This bill was passed and it has huge tax cuts. He calls it the big, beautiful bill for a reason. And the goal of it is super simple. Help regular people keep more of the money that they're actually making. You see, when taxes go down, families have more cash to spend. Businesses have more money with which to hire, to grow, to scale, to reinvest. But it also makes American companies want to bring their money back home instead of sending it overseas to avoid taxes. So bottom line with this tax bill, when people spend, the economy moves. And this bill, it's designed to basically get the economy moving very quickly by putting money back in your pocket. Number three, ending the IRS army, right? Cutting the bloat. Trump's cutting back the IRS big time. And for a guy who's been through 3 audits, this one does not make me frown. Listen, the government was planning to hire 87,000 new IRS agents just to increase the amount of depression in this country. But Trump, he put a full stop to it. Why? Because most of those audits wouldn't hit billionaires, they'd hit regular people, small business owners. And Trump's basically saying, instead of beefing up our tax policy, we should make taxes simpler and easier to understand. In other words, less government control, more financial freedom. Number four, pressuring the Fed to lower interest rates. This one is really, really big because Trump's been super loud that we got to get the interest rates down to 3%. Basically, if rates go down, it means that money is cheaper to borrow. And that means that smaller payments on things like credit cards are going to happen, smaller payments on car loans, on mortgages. That's the big one because it's your biggest expense. But it also helps small businesses grow because they can actually get loans without drowning in debt. Trump's basically saying, let's make money more affordable so that more people can actually build wealth. Number five, championing a new credit score that works for more people. This one's crazy. I'm like, wow, the world is really financially changing. Most people have heard of a FICO score, right? But there's a brand new system called the Vantage Score 4.0. And Trump, he wants to make it the norm. And there's a reason why. Because instead of only looking at your credit cards and loans, this score includes things like your rent, paying your phone bill, or even your utilities. What does that do? Well, it shows a different kind of credit worthiness. It means that millions of Americans who never qualified for a loan before might actually have a shot. And it is estimated to affect 33 million Americans. It's a way to basically open the doors to home ownership and financing for everyday Americans, not just those with perfect credit histories. Hey, sorry to pause the video, but this is too important not to share. Me and my team are offering free financial game plan calls to help you get a break from the grind, stop wasting time on single-digit returns, and start building real passive income through smart real estate investing. I'm basically gonna put myself in your shoes and say, what would I do if I were you to get where you wanna go quicker so you can also have more time to live the life that you feel called to. Click the link below, book your free call today, because I want you to live wealthy and live balanced. Number 6, using crypto to qualify for real estate. This is mind-boggling to me. Trump is pushing a new agenda here for new rules that basically let you use your crypto like Bitcoin or Ethereum when applying for a home loan. Okay, that's really pushing a strong agenda of moving crypto into mainstream finance. You see, before you had to cash it out, you had to pay taxes just to prove that you had the money. But now you can use your crypto as is to basically help you qualify. This is a huge win for investors who've built wealthy digital wallets, and they basically want to turn it into the game of real estate. Before, they couldn't do that as easy. Basically, Trump's making crypto more useful in real life and not just something that you hold on to and hope will someday become something. Number 7, letting you use your 401k to invest in the game of real estate. Listen, for years, your 401k has been locked into the stock market. But Trump wants to change that. He's pushing to let people use their retirement accounts to invest in real estate and even do private deals, private equity, not just mutual funds. This is big because I've been spouting this for a decade. It means that you could literally build wealth with real properties that pay you real cash flow and not just hope that a stock will actually go up over time. And what he's doing is he's giving more Americans more options and ultimately more control over the future instead of just leaving it in Wall Street's hands. Number 8, no more taxes when you sell your primary residence. Trump wants to eliminate capital gains taxes when you basically sell your primary residence. Now, there is a rule that if you've lived in the house for 2 of the last 5 years, you don't have to pay capital gains. He's basically doing away with the rule. And the main reason is a home is something that you live in. It's not a rental, it's not a vacation property, it's something that you're personally consuming. So right now, if your house goes up in value and you sell it, you could owe a big chunk of profit to the IRS. But under Trump's proposed plan, you get to keep all of it. No penalties, no tax surprises, no capital gains, and frankly, for most Americans, their primary home is their biggest asset. They'll literally put into a 401k or an IRA for 40 years and accumulate an average amount of $250,000, but the equity in their home right now on average has $304,000. So their accidental retirement plan actually is doing more for them than 40 years of intentional savings. This move finally lets you unlock equity without having the government say, hey, I want to stick my finger in your major cookie jar and pull something out of it. Number 9, making it easier to buy a home with just 1% down. Now this is crazy. You've heard of 5% down, you've heard of 3% down, but Trump is highlighting mortgage programs now that let you buy a home with 1% down. Guys, that is way lower than the traditional 20% for investors or 3% FHA. That means that you're buying a $300,000 home for $3,000. Like, you guys have it better than when I got started in real estate in many ways 20 years ago. It's a huge deal for first-time buyers that basically don't have a ton saved up, but instead of waiting years and losing opportunity while homes go up in value, Trump's making it so that families can start building equity now. It's about making home ownership faster, easier, way more accessible. And let's just pause for a moment. Making it easier with Vantage 4.0 to actually qualify, lowering down payments to 1%, letting you use crypto wallets, like all of these moves are designed to stimulate your personal economy. And finally, number 10, pushing for 40-year mortgages to lower monthly payments. Pause. You know that if you do a 15-year mortgage versus a 30-year mortgage, you got to pay a lot more money to get that house paid off. But if you go from a 30-year to a 40-year, it drops your payments, making things way more affordable. Like, imagine for a moment, interest rates lowering and even going to a 40-year mortgage. I know what you're thinking, Kris, I'll never get my house paid off. But if you're into the game of control and positive cash flow and make money for, like I do, pay attention to this. That longer timeline not just lowers your payments, it could lower them by up to 20%, making it way easier to afford a house. Like, imagine, what's your mortgage right now? Is it $2,000? Imagine like stripping $400 a month off of that. That's a huge win potentially for the American people. So for homeowners, definitely less stress every month. And for investors, I'm excited about this one. I would do a 40-year mortgage every time because I don't care about paying off the house. I would rather get $400 extra a month of positive cash flow. And Trump's not just talking about owning real estate. He's focused on controlling it in a way that builds real wealth over time. So yeah, say what you want about Trump, but when it comes to money, he's not sitting back. He's making big moves. He's changing how credit works, how taxes work, how people buy homes, and even how crypto fits into the entire system. He's shaking things up so hard, regular people have a higher likelihood of winning than they've had in the past. So I want to know what you think. I want you to drop it in the comments. What do you like about the 10 things? What do you not like? What are you excited about? What are you concerned about? Are all of these changes good for the economy? Could they really help people like you and I get ahead faster? You can probably tell I'm a little bit excited about all this because when I look at all of it, it's just stronger economy, moves more money, helps regular people win. Dude, I'm always fighting for the underdog that thinks they're never going to get out in front. And I'm like, I want to help you become a millionaire or a multimillionaire. That's why people subscribe to my channel. They watch my content, is I'm giving you the mindset, the thoughts, the strategies, and the ideas to get you there. And right now, I think that we have an economy that's supporting that. But I want to know what you think. Let's talk about it.